Texas goes nuclear with a half hour of Radioactive.
Las Vegas, Nevada, city of hope and dreams, where success coexists with failure. Inhabited by Elvis impersonators and leprechauns alike, where a man can get caught up in his troubled past, like this mime, for example. So we threw this poor mime a bone to demonstrate the new banking here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
A mime is a terrible thing to waste. Well, welcome to Las Vegas Motor Speedway and the Battle of the Strip. And representing the Blue Man Group, don't mess up because you got a stiff challenge coming from the Showgirls of Bally's Jubilee. On your mark, get set, go! Now, right out of the box, the girls are looking strong. Guys, you got to pick it up over there. You already got it messed up on the jack side. Man, look at those ladies. Are they not looking smooth and sweet? Look, we're coming down to the end. It's going to be close. Oh, me! It's the ladies by a feather in the Battle of the Strip.
Blue Man Group, Celine Dion, Fritz, and Eric Clapton all performing on the Vegas Strip this week. But this is the toughest ticket in town. The Las Vegas Motor Speedway sold out. More than 160,000 fans. That's twice the crowd at a Super Bowl, and you have the best seat in the house. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is going to need Lady Luck riding with him today. He hasn't finished a race this year. Mark Martin hopes his hot hand will continue, or maybe he's ready to push himself back from the table. It's showtime. It's NASCAR on Fox, and we welcome you inside the newly renovated Hollywood Hotel and Casino. Along with Jeff Hammond and Darrell Waltrip, I'm Chris Myers. Glad to have you with us. It's the place where America gathers every weekend for racing here on Fox. Casey Kane on the pole. Tony Stewart has never won here. Starts from row 13. Good job helping out the Showgirls beat the Blue Man Group in the pit stop.
All I got to say, Myers, is this right here. At least she could change a tire.
All right, well, all right. Well,
not like you.
That's why I need her to ride along with me when I go traveling. Help me out here, Darrell. All right.
I'm afraid to even get my dog in this fight. I got to tell you.
All right, let's talk about what everybody's talking about across the country, this track and how it'll affect the race. And we already had 7 crashes coming into the weekend. We haven't even started the race yet, Darrell. So what the effect, the conditions on the driver?
You know, I've heard a lot of complaints, just like everybody has. But you know what? I was thinking about this. I watched the Super Bowl. It was raining, and the conditions were less than ideal. The ball was slick. The field was slick, but they kept on playing. This racetrack is the same for everybody. Everybody's got the same tires. You just got to deal with it. That's the bottom line. We got to put on a race today, deal with it. Tony Stewart finished 3rd in the race yesterday, so I think maybe that will help him a little bit today.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Darrell, there's a lot of drivers that are not happy with this racetrack or this race tire, and that's going to be the challenge today because the guys who slide the least and stay off that wall will have the opportunity to go to victory lane.
The Great American Race, the Daytona 500.
Richard Petty goes back in front. They both spin. They're in the wall.
Dale Earnhardt will come with a caution flag to win the Daytona 500.
Victory Circle it's like heaven. When they get there, they open the gates and you drive in, and that's when everything comes into perspective. We won the race.
And since NASCAR's humble beginnings, it has always been about the plan.
If there's ever been a team sport, it's NASCAR racing.
You give these guys time, just watch what they can create.
I'm surrounded by a group of guys that work their butts off and committed to making this 48 team fast.
But there is something different about this year, about this race. controversy.
I'm here today just to apologize to the NASCAR fans, my sponsors, the other team owners.
There's a report out there that your car's failed inspections too low. Have you heard anything about that? Are you serious? That's
Soon, gentlemen will start their engines for the 49th running of the Great American Race. And again, the focus will return to the racetrack.
There's nothing like it.
But this is the Daytona 500. It's the ultimate race that we have.
I won the Daytona 500. I won the Daytona 500.
The Daytona 500 is next on and only on Fox Sports.
It is opening day and the Super Bowl all rolled into one. Throw in a little family feud and a cheating scandal, and you have reality TV gone fast. Fox Sports presents the Daytona 500, the Great American Race. You'll see the familiar Earnhardt and Gordon, the no longer foreign Toyota and Juan Pablo Montoya. It's high-speed history in the making. NASCAR on Fox is here at the legendary Daytona International Speedway on a cool, windy day in Florida. Temperature in the 50s with wind gusts up to 24 miles per hour. This is the place where America gathers for racing every weekend. And we're glad to have you with us for another great season here with a couple of champions. Jeff Hammond, Darrell Waltrip, crew chief and driver. I'm Chris Myers. I drove the rental car. It's good to be back with you guys. Yeah. Hey, we've already had a lot happen here. We haven't even run our first lap yet.
Oh, yeah, well, everybody knows, you know, this racing's a risky business. Sometimes it's even on the racetrack.
Got that right, Darrell. But for guys like Jimmy Johnson, he's down here to not only start to defend his championship at this race a year ago, but also his Nextel Cup championship. You can't forget the fact that Smoke, Tony Stewart, is dreaming about winning this race. He really wants to get it done. So, I mean, all these things are coming together. It's time to go racing.
It's time. We're going to
Rowdy tonight on This Week in NASCAR. We got a winner. Rowdy Busch cashes in big. We'll recap all the hits.
Finn turned too hard, car in the wall.
And misses from the duel in the desert. Then Twin goes radioactive. I'm excited. As we roll into Atlanta, we stroll down memory lane.
None of us expected this soon.
This Week in NASCAR starts now. This Week in NASCAR is presented by Geico. Well, hi, everybody. I'm Ralph Shaheen. No, Steve is still coming back to work on This Week in NASCAR, but Steve is stuck in Vegas, And in reality, I think, guys, Steve is probably sitting around rehab at the Hard Rock or one of those other great pool beach bars out there having a little fun, maybe playing the machines a little bit longer. But he'll be back. He'll be here next week with us. Of course, Michael Waltrip, driver of the Napa machine, joining us as always. And first appearance for the season, but a regular on the show.
Yep.
Chad Knaus from the Lowe's machine here as well. Well, let's begin with a little talk about Vegas. Michael, why don't we start with you and how your Toyota ran out there?
Well, I was so happy with the speed that we had in our Napa Toyota, but we
The sun's setting in Fontana, California, just across from the California Speedway, where tonight the stars of the NASCAR Busch Series get set for the green flag in the AmeriQuest 300 on this fast, flat 2-mile track. TNT Sports presents the NASCAR Busch Series. Tonight from the California Speedway, it's the AmeriQuest 300. Let's get you trackside right away. Here's Alan Bestwick.
Bill, Clint Boyer starts on pole in this race for a second straight year. He's coming off a rather rough stretch. He's finished out of the top 10 for the last 4 consecutive races. He says he needs something here in California to turn his luck around. A win tonight would do the trick. Let's go up the grid to Marty Snyder.
Alan Carl Edwards is the defending winner of this race, and he told me tonight the car is certainly good enough to make it to the front and win again. He is in one of 4 AmeriQuest cars in the field, so you'll have to keep your eye peeled for the 60 car. His plan, run the bottom until, quote, someone passes me on the high side. Then I'm going to go to the high side. Bill?
Thanks, Marty. Should be very interesting, especially right here at the start of this 300-mile race for the NASCAR Busch Series. There you see Carl in his car getting ready. The 43 car is poised along pit road here at the California Speedway in Fontana. We're about 50 miles east of Los Angeles. The fans still filing in. Right now, let's take you trackside and get the command for tonight's NASCAR Busch Series event.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sony recording artist Crossfade as they deliver the most famous words in motorsports.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
43 cars roar to life on pit road. Just ahead, 300 miles here at the California Speedway. Hi, everybody. Bill Weber along with Wally Dahlback and Kyle Petty with us tonight doing a little relief driving for our buddy Benny Parsons. BP feeling much better, but did not make the trip to California. He plans to be with us next week when we race in Richmond, Virginia. Guys, there are 18 drivers in this race that will race tomorrow night in the Nextel Cup race. But Wally, for 10 of those guys, tomorrow is a chance to get into the chase for the championship. How about tonight?
I mean, walking around through the garage area this morning, these guys were like zombies. They were so tight because all they're focused on is a chase. All that pressure, that's all they're thinking about. It's a different story tonight. These guys are in the race tonight are here to have fun. They're here to race hard and win races, and it's just a totally different atmosphere tonight.
Well, Kyle, they practiced here yesterday, then qualified late this afternoon. What about the changing track conditions?
It's totally different. Yesterday they practiced, and when they practiced yesterday, they practiced midday. They qualified this afternoon, and this afternoon the racetrack was incredibly hot, incredibly slick, and now they're racing tonight. So it's a totally different racetrack. I don't know how they're going to handle it. There's going to be a lot of adjustments made during the course of the night, but somebody early in this race is going to hit it right and could drive away from this field.
You were telling us when you came up here about Nextel Cup practice today. A lot of guys didn't even take to the track for long runs.
Tony Stewart, we were monitoring him during the first part of the race, and he ran like 7 or 8 laps and said, boys, we're wasting our time out here. This place is slick as glass. We're going to wait till the next practice, and then we'll try it again. And basically that's what they did.
We'll see what happens. This track can produce some fantastic finishes in the NASCAR Busch Series, and we've certainly seen plenty of those in the last few weeks here on TNT.
Here he comes. Whoa!
Oh, to the inside!
Wow!
Contact!
Carl Edwards has got his mirror spot. He's sideways!
Edwards is around.
And he got turned.
Caution flag is out. The race is over. A wild night at Bristol, and Matt Kenseth survives and takes the win.
The AmeriQuest 300 from the California Speedway on TNT is brought to you by AmeriQuest Mortgage, proud sponsor of the American Dream, by Smooth Busch Beer and easy drinking Busch Light. Busch, proud sponsor of the NASCAR Busch Series, and by Allstate, official insurance sponsor of NASCAR. Cars rolling off of pit road here at the 2 Mile California Speedway. Take a look at the Busch Series championship standings after 26 of 35 races. Kevin Harvick a runaway in the championship. But if you go down to 10th place, Kenny Wallace, a lot of heat right behind him, coming from Jason Leffler and John Andretti. And here's the starting grid for tonight's AmeriQuest 300. Clint Bowyer on the pole next to Kyle Busch. Kevin Harvick, Casey Kane in row 2. In row 3, you'll find Greg Biffle and Tony Stewart.
In row 4, Carl Edwards, Danny Hamlin. What a good qualifying run. David Reagan, Jamie McMurray. Row 6, Mark Martin and Casey Mears.
Back in row 7, J.J. Yaley and Augie Vidovich. Bernie Lamar in row 8 next to Jimmy Johnson, making one of 3 Busch Series starts this season. Reed Sorensen and Matt Kenseth back in row 9.
Row 10, Paul Menard and Todd Cleaver. Robbie Gordon, Jason Leffler in row 11. David Ruderman and John Andretti in 12. Should we go call somebody?
Yeah, we'll take a look at the rest of the starting grid, and why don't you see if you can't get Denny Hamlin on the in-car radio.
Hey, Denny, this is Wally up in the booth. Can you hear me?
10-4.
How's it look back there going into turn 3? Is that sun going to be bad for you guys for the first few laps, or is it pretty good?
No, it's pretty well set right now. So it looks like, you know, I'm in the process of ripping the tape off my window now. So it looks like we're going to be in good shape as far as sun's concerned.
Yeah, we just saw you throw it on the track, and I think it's on the grill of the car behind you. No, just kidding. So, you know, you guys are practicing a hot racetrack. The track is cooling down. You guys set up for this?
Yeah, you know, the conditions are a lot like what our final practice was. So it's, you know, we did get a good adjustment kind of feel for it in the final practice. So looks like our car was pretty good then. Hopefully it's good now.
All right, man. Good luck.
Chowking Mix and Match.
Show, pow, chicharam!
99 pesos lang.